Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pentiment. So in the last episode, or well technically 2 episodes ago, we started the game, and we are playing as Andreas Mahler, I think was this guy's full name, and we are a journeyman artist who is working on his own masterpiece at the abbey, while also working at the Scriptorium, most likely making the pages on the books look pretty. I assume that that's his job. He's an artist after all. And we also met this one nobleman, or at least I think that he's a nobleman. This guy named Lorenz Rockworth or something like that. I don't know. His first name was Lawrence. I remember that much. But yeah, we are now at the abbey, and we are supposed to go to the Scriptorium. So without further ado, let's try to find our way there. There's the church, shrine. Didn't they mention that they have some saint's hand in here? Let's go to the shrine real quick. Oh, there's some nuns here. Oh, that's the hand, I'm sure. A reliquary containing the hand of Saint Moritz, which is said to have once held the Holy Lands. Holy Lands, okay. Saint Moritz, we read this last time, but I'm gonna eyeball through it real quick. Okay, Egyptian-born commander, converted to Christianity. They were all martyrs for their faith. Okay, and Holy Lands, also called the Spear of Destiny or the Lands of Longinus. Oh, actually, I believe that there is I think it's a comic book, Indiana Jones and the Spear of Destiny. I believe that there is a comic book of that. It's not a movie or a video game though. It's either a comic book or a novel, or something like that. It's a book anyway. Anyway, it is the lance that pierced Jesus' side on the cross. Many legends surround the lance, and several places claim to possess it. Yeah, I'm sure. Why would the lance find its way all the way here to the Bavarian Alps in Europe? That's a bit of a stretch. Okay, Margaret. What do we have here? Brother Matthew maintains the shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. Badges, are they basically proof that these pilgrims have been here? And that's Matthew. He got glasses. They got monocles back in. This is the early 1500s, I believe, if I recall correctly. And we got Lisbeth and Gertrude. Let's see if we can talk to them, or are they too busy praying? God bless you, Brother Piero. Is she blind? He doesn't have eyeglasses. No, wait, it's Master Mahler. I thought you couldn't see, Sister Margaret. During the day I can see some colors. I see. How did you know it was me? Maybe you smell of paint? You and Brother Piero both smell of the pigments you use. Yeah, it's paint. But you're taller and you have another smell to you, like fish or burnt almonds. Oh, that's old linseed oil. Linseed oil, popular among the Italians, but Brother Piero doesn't use it. I'm also much more handsome. Well, let's say this. I'll ask Sister Gertrude about it. How are Sister Gertrude's herbs coming? It's too early to tell. Most of them won't be grown until May. Still working with herbs suits me. Have a good day, Sister Margaret. God bless you, Master Mahler. And Lisbeth, however you spell that name. God bless you, Master Mahler. Okay, Gertrude. God bless you, Master Mahler. How goes your work in the Scriptorium? Well, we are on our way there. Once I stop being distracted by other things. Very well, thank you. Oh, then I guess you wouldn't be interested in the Saffron Agnes Stenarium received yesterday. Stenarium, I don't know how to spell that, or even what it is. Okay. Why does the game do that? I still don't understand why that's an option. What? Saffron? Really? Where did you hear that? Sister Matilda saw her at the Albans. Matilda. Okay. Maybe you can convince Prior Ferenc to get some for your yellows. As in my paint color yellows. Good to know. How's Mousefanger? She's around here somewhere. Hopefully get into the baby rabbits before Sister Matilda does. Baby rabbits. Until later, Sister Gertrude. Bless you, Andreas. Maybe I'll see you by the shrine of Saint Satya one of these days. Saint Satya, one of Tassing's patron saints. Satya was a local pagan who converted to Christianity and miraculously aided Saint Moritz's soldiers with food in the dead of winter. She was martyred for her actions. Alright. Even more saints. Okay, now where's the Scriptorium? Convent Garden. I don't think it's there. Is it just inside the church? No, is it here? Cloister. Well, let's go to the church. Monastery Loquarium. Well, there may not be voice acting in this game, but at least someone chants. Christus innocens patri, reconciliavit peccatores, mos et vita duello, conflixere mirando, dux vitae mortus. Sorry, I just had to listen to him for a while. It's kind of soothing. So this is Rudiger. God bless you, Andreas. Has your voice yet recovered from Easter Mass, Rudiger? Oh yes, it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the Scriptorium. Have a good day singing. Cloister. Crypt. Tower. Is it here? The Scriptorium. Dormitory. Old Bailey. Sacristy. I don't know what sacristy is. Mathian. God bless you, Andreas. Oh, well, he's short. How is the sacristy today, Matthew? The same as yesterday. Does my vocation seem silly to you, Master Muller? No, I was just being friendly. A little, absolutely not. Even though I did not complete my theological studies, I understand the importance of the sacrist. Your understanding is appreciated. The treasures of the abbey remain secure. Thank you for your inquiry. Ah, so it's a treasury. God be with you. One more thing, I have a favor to ask you. Did someone ask us to talk to him? Well, yes, Andreas. I was hoping you could give me my pay for the latest manuscript early. Oh yeah, I would like to collect my wages. Well, let's say this. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Gernot. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you eliminate, not before. I only have a few pages left, Brother Matthew. I'll finish them in the next few days anyway. Then I think you can wait a few days to collect your wages. This abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble, not only for Kirsau, but for Tassing as well. I'm a bit confused. Is this town called Hirsau or Tassing? And one of the two is the name of this region, or estate, or whatever. I'm a bit confused about that. Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the gardeners? What is this about, Andreas? The gardeners have asked me for their rent early so they can pay their taxes to the abbey. I would like to help the gardeners to pay their taxes to the abbey. Lie. I need the money, brother. I have made a grave error and I'm in debt. If I had the coin, I would be able to pay it off. Well, I don't see any reason to lie. I see. Very well. Do not ask this of me again, Andreas Muller. Well, we try not to. Here you are. I shall note this with Father Gernot and Prior... Is that E or F? Ferenc. I think it's F. Thank you, Brother Matthew. God bless you, Andreas. So that was the treasury. Alright, now that I've got my payment, I can give Clara the rent early. I'll give it to her directly to make sure she receives it. I'll put it on the table in the evening to surprise them. Better to give it personally, just in case, just to make sure. But now, where is the Scriptorium? Old Bailey, dormitory, tower, crypt? I highly doubt that it's in the crypt. Cloister. Wait, are we still in the church or is this a mosque all of a sudden? Sephat. No, he looks curious. He doesn't look like a local. God give you health, Master Muller. Brother Sephat, I am surprised to see you still here. As am I, but I will be leaving soon, returning to Rome. Well, I think we all know what Rome is. Though outshone by its northern neighbor Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. I and my bishop regret that we could not reciprocate Father Rodulf's generosity earlier. He showed much kindness to our priests at the Council of Constance many years ago. Council of Constance, meeting of bishops that took place between 1414 and 1418 in the Diocese of Constance to end the papal schism. It was also notable for the condemnation and capture of the Bohemian theologian Jan Hus. I don't recognize that name, I'm afraid. Will you remain in Rome? That is up to my bishop, but I will miss these mountains in any case. You should travel to Ethiopia, Master Muller, and see the highlands. Ah, so he's from Ethiopia. God has blessed my home with a wondrous beauty. I would love to, someday. I still need to return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you are ever in Rome, I may still be around. I have only made it as far south as Florence, but I would like to see Rome. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. The townsfolk? I am accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like this, but I have had kind words with the baker and his wife. Oh yes, the Albans. Ulrich and Gret. Ulrich? So that's what he looks like. Does he look very amused? Oh, and he didn't notice Gret. Gret looks nice. Oh. He looks nice. I offered to tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Gret seemed excited about the idea, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. I can certainly make time. Do you not eat here with the brothers? Well, I can certainly make time, I think. Thank you, Andreas. I look forward to it. God give you health. Dormitory, Cemetery. Refectory. I don't know what that means. Country yard and lavatorium. Large garden. Monastery. Loquarium. Chapter house. How big is this place? Infirmary. Upper abbey. Oh, god damn it. Where's the map? Okay, so we are around here somewhere, but where is the Scriptorium? Ah, it's all the way here on the other side. Okay, so let's see, we go back to the church outside here. We go to Old Bailey. Okay. Old Bailey, this way. Okay, Scriptorium, finally, we are here. That must be Pierre. Brother Pierre. Piero, even, well, close enough. And Guy. He doesn't have a name, he's just Guy. Well, okay, I know that Guy is also a name. And A-Dog. Well, let's talk to Piero first. Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, Brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Big your gardener says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Well, we know who Big York is. That guy. Brother A-Dog has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. Smell him coming. That sounds so wrong. Do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. Mauled by bears, weren't they? She-bears. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother A-Dog? I am comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord, in his ineffable wisdom, may choose to stroke down. Brother Guy, please show more respect to Brother A-Dog. You are being mean-spirited. Calm yourself, Brother A-Dog. You are too sensitive to Guy's jokes. Well, let's say nothing. Let them bicker. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Ferenc is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lorenz Rothvogel, that was the name. Rothvogel had arrived and he hurried out like a little mouse. Yes, we know who Lorenz is. This smuggy looking guy. Who has a very punchable looking face. Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothvogel. It's pathetic. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no. Baron Rothvogel. His manuscript. I just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course that's why he is visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. What's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. Guys, someday you will stand where Piero is and young monk will stand where you are now. Mors etiam depini siculo venit. So I guess that's the Latin translation of it. Or not. Death also come to Daphnis of Sicily. Daphnis. Or Daphnis, I don't know. Sicilian shepherd who, according to Greek legend, was the inventor of pastoral poetry. In stories, he was the son of Hermes and a nymph, and was a follower of the goddess Artemis. He died young, the victim of a jealous naiad. I don't know what naiad is either. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. So you are saying that anyway. Andreas, Baron Rothvogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freising. Prince Bishop, that's a title. Prince Bishop of Freising, religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the lands containing Tassing and Kiersau Abbey. Kiersau is already out of favor. Okay, so Kiersau is this abbot. Father Abbot does not want, or abbey even. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my manuscript until he arrives. Oh, that's right, I need to reference the Inder Maur manuscript. Inder Maur, a prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy and Austria. Okay. Stena, is that how you pronounce it? What do you want, Andreas? A book. The Inder Maur manuscript, the Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? Could I just get the book? What do you mean? Oh my. No, because I was dreaming about you. Liar. Could I just get the book? Oh, that's all that way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need to reference it for my work. No, why are you complaining? Isn't this your job? Well, let's not be a dick about it. Really, my feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Illuminata to get it. Well, that's fine by me as long as someone goes and fetches it. No, she looks a bit sad. Oh, she's yelling. Sister Illuminata. Andreas needs help finding a book, and I don't know where it is. Liar. Andreas? Sister Illuminata, I would like to borrow the Inder Maur manuscript, the Book of Hours. Yes, I overheard. Here, please return it promptly. Alright, can we finally get to work? Or does Pierre want something? Andreas, may I see how your manuscript is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. That looks very beautiful. Yes, the composition is lovely. There is a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice. Rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. Is that all? It doesn't feel right, I don't know why. I guess we don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. What do you mean, it's all my work? That's what clients want. Brother, you know I don't like doing more work than I have to. It's all my work. My son, you are copying the illustration from the Inder Maur manuscript almost exactly. So, what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on that? Aesthetically, yes, it's wonderful, but I feel you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. In November we show peasants leading their pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gernot. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it is not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form, these images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of ours will outlive us all. What will it say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? Well, he really is thinking this very thoroughly and very far away. But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. There is no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does that make you sad? Why is that? Why has Kersau kept this up for so long? Some people, some places have a difficult time letting go of the past. I am not among them. The creation of books, of art, is no longer the province of monasteries. So be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in doing so be brought to truth. They are really heavily implying that the printing press is a thing by now, but I don't remember that when it was invented. Somewhere in the 1500s, sure, but not sure if it's been invented just yet. Don't you think there's a danger in anyone being able to write, anyone being able to read anything? I think there will always be a place for artists like you and Brother Adok. Yeah, screw you, guy. And Brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life, and am happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Okay, and time goes by. So is it now supper time? Ah, where has the time gone? It is already terce. Terce. Monastic hour corresponded to 9 a.m. One of the little hours of prayer. Terce precedes Mass and the chapter meeting. Okay. So it's only 9 a.m. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. The rule. The Rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot. Written in the 6th century, the rule provides the principles for living a monastic life. Until later, Andreas. Until later. So are we not going with them? Well, I guess we're not a monk. Have we dropped something? Is he the abbot? What is he doing? What's going on in there? Or here even? Well, I guess we go and talk to Sister Illuminata. Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Illuminata. I knocked a bowl of paint to the floor. But then Prior Ferenc came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it close and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut. Prior Ferenc should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. Yeah, if they are hundreds of years old. He seemed to be in a great hurry. Well, let's just not. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the Scriptorium. Divine reading. Lectio Divina is the thoughtful reading of and meditation on Scripture. The practice leads to prayer and contemplation. It is a daily part of life in the Benedictine communities. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? Oh, that reminds me, there are a few more books I have been wanting to borrow. What is Chronica Clara? Can we look at that? Chronica Clara. The Clear Chronicle, a history of the universe from creation to 1082, written by the Irish monk Marianus Scotus. Well, are you still mad? No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid? Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? One who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries at Cologne, Fulda and Mainz. Cologne, I believe that's a French city. Cologne. Large, powerful, free imperial city on the river Rhine. Yeah, it is in France. It is a major hub for commerce between Italy and the Netherlands. It is also a popular site for pilgrims, as its cathedral contains relics of the 3 wise men, represented as crowns on their arms. And then we have Mainz. Located in the Rhine River, Mainz is the home of the Archbishop of Mainz, an elector of the Holy Roman Empire and Primas Germaniae, the Pope substitute north of the Alps. Pope substitute, huh? No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work, or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what's all this fuss about Lorenz Rathvogel? Why is Prior Ferenc so nervous? Lorenz? I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the prior and the Father Abbot have. I only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the abbey when we needed it. So that's why we are still running. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Of course, I'll help you in any way I can. Well, I was hoping to work on my masterpiece, but I suppose I can help. I understand, but there is rarely a time when I am in the Scriptorium and the brothers are not present. Thank you, it's for the good of the abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the Scriptorium. I will tell you what books I'm looking for. Find them and return them to me. The first books are 2 volumes of the Aeneid. I don't know how to pronounce that. A poetic epic telling the legend of Aeneas, a heroic Trojan who struggles to reconcile his personal desires with his destiny to found Rome. It was written in the 1st century BC by the Roman poet Virgil. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. I might have to measure them. Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches. There's different inches too, for each city. Damn. Oh, I know the ones. They are among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by my desk. They are not his to keep. Well, it must be this one, I think. There's a fair amount of wear on these. I hope you don't mind. These are very beautiful images. Very beautiful pictures. Is she being burned alive? Oh, wait. I was thinking that... Oh, I thought that he was a woman at first. So these two are rolling in the... Well, not rolling in the hay, but rolling in the grass. And then she's been... And then she's been burned as if she was a witch. Is there a sword going through her chest? And he's obviously very sad about it. Those volumes were old even when Piero started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. 3 years? The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. What are you doing there? Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover Dido. Italian non sponte sequor. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? Well, let's say whatever that means. I do not go to Italy willingly. I did not make you for a scholar of Roman poetry, Andreas. The words sit easily in my memory. I'm not sure why. Probably out of love rather than duty. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. Well, surely it's not that dire. You're right, of course. Is it really that bad? Is being a woman that limiting? Oh, if only you knew. She's exaggerating. It's fine. How would you know? Yeah, how would you know? True, she knows her life better than I do. You're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. Is she coming here? Yes, she is, because she can. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men, or wizened crones. That's kinda true, yeah. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. Unless you are someone like Virgin Mary. No woman is exempt from that. From the Empress to a nun, it is our lot. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry, for men. Now, the books if you please. I'm working on it. Well, we are carrying it. Thank you. Next, the Wretched Guerin. This is a printed copy. Green cover. Diamond pattern. Printed, you say? Okay, so the printing press does exist. Wretched Guerin. An Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea da Barberino in the early 15th century. The titular character rises from impoverished origins to go on heroic adventures and discover his noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, it enjoyed greater success as a printed book. I do not have the size in the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. I know the one you're talking about. Brother Adog was reading it. Adog? Which one was that? Oh, that guy. The guy with the walking cane and the hunchback. It's that one, I guess. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amadea Rusco of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. Lugano. Highly contested Swiss market town located in the southwestern Alps. The Dukes of Como and Milan fought for control over it until it was claimed by the Swiss Confederation in 1513. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I have certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. I like her pose. A baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, then lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. Sounds like a great plot for a movie. You forgot the best part. In the end, Guerin learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? That's one hell of a life. Benedictine should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. What's the harm? Redemption will still be waiting for them when they put down the book. Yes, always, but they still must choose redemption. Should we go on sinning so grace will increase? Of course not. But that sounded very, very lewd to me. Should we go on sinning so grace will increase? It sounded like she was flirting with us for a moment. Of course not. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. Two theological options here now. Paul's words can be hard to recall when you are suffering because of your station in life, and yet Paul says that women must obey men. Even the Gospels can't free us from the bondage of our place in life. We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. I guess I say this one. And yet Paul says that women must obey men. Even the Gospels can't free us from the bondage of our place in life. This world is not the same as the world that follows, Andreas. Perhaps if you had continued to study theology, you would have learned that distinction. But the book, Andreas, we must return it. Or would you like the abbot to receive a fourth letter? I hate to see the brothers disappointed, but I understand. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Amadea Roscoe's property. The book, please. Alright, here's the book. There is only one book left, then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. Doesn't matter, I'm not gonna measure them. Oh, I remember that. I believe Brother Guy was reading it. Well, let's just go. I guess we just believe him. Let's just believe the protagonist. Here. Huh, no pictures. Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. What is it? Is it a steamy romance novel? Very good. Please bring it here. What is this anyway? Huh, maybe I should have learned French at some point. Oh, it's in French, okay. What is this? Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Why won't you tell me what this book is? Because it's a dangerous book, Andreas Mahler. One of the previous abbots tolerated in spite of a papal order to destroy it. So it's one of those banned books. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. Oh shit. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. Oh no, dialogue between love and reason, quickly burn it. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? "200 years ago. Damn. What? Why? Why is it still here? Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. Sounds reckless. and he was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed, even if their content is in question. I can sympathize with him. That's fine, but Father Matthias is gone. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gernot learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. Must the book be destroyed? Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you are going to do is destroy it. Must the book be destroyed? I do. So do Mother Cecilia and Father Gernot. Cecilia, okay, and Gernot. Yeah, we talked to him briefly in the last video. Well, I did say that I want to stir some conflict with the church to make things more interesting. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? I'm not sure. I'll hide it, keep it safe. Read it and become a French heretic? Hide it and keep it safe, for now. Give me that book, or our deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. I appeal to your duty as the librarian of this abbey to not destroy this book. I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the abbey far away. I appeal to your duty as a librarian of this abbey to not destroy this book. My duty is to God and to the vows I made, to their rule. But what about the librarian's rule, the rule to protect books? Expressed? Persuade Illuminata. Expressed admiration for the Irish scribe, Marianus Scotus, offered to help Illuminata reluctantly. Quoted the Aeneid from memory. Sympathize with Father Matthias. Well, there's 2 arrows down and 3 up, so does that mean that we can persuade her? No, you just made that up. God damn it. Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. More sound than a condemnation from 3 bishops of Paris. I mean, who are you going to trust, them or me? Theology background, 3 arrows up, nice. Okay, offer to help Illuminati reluctantly. Redemption awaits people after reading bad books. Invoked Paul in a negative manner. Okay. Failure still. Thank you for making my decisions so easy. Did you leave university voluntarily or were you expelled? I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the abbey far away. I'll be gone by the time Father Gernot asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about me stealing a book he wanted to destroy. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. It feels right enough in my heart for both of us? Offered to help Illuminati reluctantly. Holy shit, that's many arrows. I don't think so. That doesn't even make any sense. We have nothing more to discuss. The book stays with me. Okay, fine, take the damn book. I understand your frustration, but this is for the best, Andreas. Thank you. Fine, there's your goddamn book, you strict lady. Now then, Baron Rothvogel. Quickly though, I need to finish up here soon. You said that he buys books from the abbey. What kinds? How long has he been visiting the abbey? He seemed unusually friendly with me. I don't understand it honestly. He mentioned finding a copy, Historia Tassiae. He said it had some scandalous details in it. Well, let's ask this, I guess. He also mentioned that Father Matthias had a copy and was looking for another to verify its contents. Excuse me, do you know anything about the book? I have heard of it, but I have never read it and I know little about its contents. The subject is broad, but I believe the book deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land. What about that What about that could have upset Father Matthias so much? What do you know about the Romans in Tassing? I have no proper education on the subject. I only know the folklore passed between the locals and this community. And of course, the miraculous life of Saint Moritz is intertwined with that of the colony. But you can always ask Brother Matthian about the saint. It's a story he's told hundreds of times. What do you think about the legend of Saint Moritz? Well, what's the folklore then? There were pagans here first, before the Romans. They dug the old salt mine. Then the Romans came, worked the mine, built the aqueduct. Oh yeah, we saw the aqueduct in the background in the last episode when we were talking to Lawrence outside. But anyway, worked the mine, built the aqueduct and the foundations of the keep beneath us. Saint Moritz's legion came. Saint Saccia helped them and was martyred for it. And then the Romans left. They took their slaves, their legions and their gods with them. Another tribe moved in and built a new town on the bones of the old. Sic transic gloria Romae. Well, I must be off to mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Wait, how will you get to the church if you can't enter the Scriptorium? I thought this was the only door into the library. We are standing in the oldest part of the abbey, and like any old place, it has its share of secrets. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. No, it's dinner time. That's the bell for sect. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. And sect? Monastic hour corresponding to noon. One of the little hours of prayer, followed by dinner. Okay. I should see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working by the guest house below the abbey. Dinner with Otto and Andres. Wait, didn't we also plan to have dinner with Lorenz or someone else? No? Okay. Well, I've been playing for what feels like an hour. I told myself that I would be playing for anywhere between 35 to 45 minutes, but this game just hooked me in once again, and there was again so much reading to do. But in the next episode, let's go and have some dinner. So, until then, thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Pentiment.